You do not know the way.
Yes, I
Do you know the way?
I know the way.
Go ahead and introduce yourselves. We'll start with Mudan. So introduce yourself.
Okay. Hey guys, it's MudanTV. I make anime-related videos, and I'm half AniTuber or something.
Half
Yay.
YouTuber.
I don't think I could call myself AniTuber because I barely know anything about anime.
Oh damn. Okay. Even you make all those videos talking about anime fans and anime reviewers are trash.
Fake it till you make it.
Yeah. And that wasn't your usual intro though, is it?
Oh god.
Your real name there.
Hey guys, Thomas there.
Yeah. Okay. So, Snob, you next.
I'm the only person who matters in this stream. Forget everyone else. Watch all my videos, give me money, so I won't gonna leave YouTube. And you're gonna be left only with other guys trying to imitate me and making fun of Chibi whatever they cannot, because only I can do that. I almost copyrighted the issue by now. So enjoy me talking a little bit, and then some other guys doing filler in between. Slice of nothing happens in this chat. See you later, plebs.
Yeah, that's Snob for you. Okay, how about next? AnimeUproar.
Yo, what's up, everybody? It's Animac here for AnimeUproar, and I agree with Snob. He is best girl.
Best girl.
Oh my!
Honestly, Snob, your vlogs are so surreal that I think they're brilliant. I think that there's some genius in there.
And I think nobody's watching them.
No, I know no one watches them, but like your random Greek vlogs are just so. There's something.
Yeah,
there's something.
It's missing Greek.
Yes, when I'm showing a flower, there is more symbolism to it than just a flower, get it?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of symbolism to flowers.
Okay,
Like,
so...
there was the one time you were cutting your lawn. Like, that was crazy, man.
Okay, so, aside from that, I'm Kaiser Trigger. I'm just a complete fucking nobody, so... anyways, so yeah, this is a podcast. I've done a podcast before a few times, but they were all failed. Though the last podcast I did, I liked the name because I thought it was fucking hilarious. So this is the C.U.M podcast, okay? The collectively uninteresting, manchildren podcast.
So you know it's always gonna be a sausage fest.
Oh hell yeah! It's gonna be a.
So what am I
sausage
doing
fest.
here? I'm very interesting.
Yeah, well, you said Snob is a girl, so yeah, there you go. We got at least one girl.
Oh, you got me there.
We got one babe. Yeah, it's like Dante from Devil May Cry 3. He's like, you know, no drinks, no food, and the only babe just left. Well, we've got our babe right here.
Good stuff.
So we're gonna be talking just some stuff. We got some topics at the end. It's gonna be, I guess, kind of a free-for-all. Just talk about whatever the hell comes up. Like, could be a porcupine fucking a porky pig cut out in the ass or whatever. Like, I don't know. So, anyways, the first topic I kind of want to bring up is just, I guess, obligatory, because I heard about it recently. You ever heard about that AnimeGate shit?
What? No.
What? No.
Okay, apparently, people are, like, trying to... It's kind of like Gamergate, but apparently it's for, like, companies like Funimation, like, you know, what they do with their fucking media and all that. Like the SJW shit stuff.
Oh yeah, well, I haven't heard anything specific other than the Crunchyroll being kind of biased to the left, but all of these big companies are biased to the left, and I'll tell you why. Many of them are based in California, where people are just generally very liberal. And the second thing is, people who are left-wing and like very SJW about it, like militant about it, are vocal. Right. So if they do something to upset them, they will complain and create a ruckus. Whereas if they do something to upset like a right-wing person, they're not gonna make a big internet problem about it. So for their PR image, it makes sense for them to lean left.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it's like, but the thing about Funimation is they're set up in Texas, so it's like that's a bit of a, I guess, not true for them, but it is true for like a lot of other ones.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Crunchyroll is California-based.
Yeah, probably. I mean, especially with the fact that they had Yuri on Ice, you know, winning the award, and it's obvious they were fucking doing that shit, because the voting system was obviously full of shit. They
Well, I
don't
think
votes.
that was all the fan base being like insane, which is just the yaoi fan base in general is like that. But no, there's definitely people were voting multiple times. That's 100% true.
And I said it was the fad of the month, and it just happened to coincide with when they were voting. So the highest, most popular show of that month just happened to be voted the most.
Yeah, it's a complete popularity contest.
Yeah.
Complete.
So yeah. Mudan, you have anything to say about Anime Gate?
Yeah, I just googled it, and there's like one post on my anime list that can't even be accessed, so no clue.
And it's by Kaiser Trigger.
Maybe I secretly have an alter ego on my anime list, which I don't even fucking use anymore.
Me neither.
Yeah.
By the way, did any of you notice the effects of my anime list restricting access to the forums, and people are now going crazy and they don't know where they're gonna go to chat anymore? And Reddit is like blowing up in people asking for recommendations because they can no longer go to Mal for that.
Oh, I want accommodations. I want you to pay me back for all the time you made me waste on your forums. Now that you're restricting access.
Wait, but doesn't my anime list have like automatic recommendations based on what you watch?
They want someone to tell them. They don't want.
damn.
Yes, they don't want the automatic recommendations. They want someone to tell them what to watch. Idiots.
Oh, yeah. That's shameful, I guess. You just want somebody else to tell you what to watch. It's
The only
shameful.
thing that the real shame is that Hentai Haven doesn't have a good recommendations system.
Yeah.
Like, based on what you've already watched. Because like I don't like, that weird shit. I only like vanilla stuff, bro. So
Oh well, I'm into some dark shit sometimes, man. Sometimes I'm in the mood for some really dark shit.
yeah, I'm not.
Oh, but you can't even sign up on Hentai Haven.
Yeah. Ooh.
So yeah, that's sad. They should make a users list or something.
Okay, so let's see. Next topic, I guess we can go over that. Let me see. How do you guys feel about the current state of AniTube? Like the types of content people are making, per se. Like, how do you feel about it? Like, have you noticed anything new, recent? What content is currently trending, and how that feels to you? Does it make you feel something special in your loins, or something like not too special?
I got a question. How do you see like what's trending in the AniTube community itself?
Some people, the unknown otaku, this guy I know, he said the one way you can do that is just check out, or maybe I don't even know if it works anymore because my anime list is fucked now. But check out whatever's trending on my anime list and talk about that, I guess.
No, you just go on YouTube, you see the most popular videos, and everyone copycatting it or making responses to it, so you can see what's trending. And one of the things I noticed recently, I don't know how old it is, but I noticed it like the past week, is how many are using the word explained on the title of a video. Any of you noticed that?
Yeah, because those videos do well. I've done it.
Oh yeah, and also
Yeah, you done it. It's technically the new form of clickbait, by the way.
yeah.
It's not if you do a good job explaining something, which
Yes, I know,
do.
but many are using it even if they don't do a good job explaining.
Oh, I know. There's videos, especially in the Dragon Ball community, where the title has nothing to do with the actual video. Nothing. And like you click on the video and you can go through the whole video and nothing is related to the actual title. You're like, well, that's fucking great.
Yeah, hold on a sec.
Also, one topic I want to discuss is how Mudan and Snob are completely wrong about slice of life anime.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Oh no.
Well, let's save that for the end, okay? But just so you know, okay, chat, their live chat is there right now. So I'm just gonna say right now, if you have any questions, wait until the topics are finished. So.
Okay.
Well, I'm talking to the live chat, so if they want to ask you any specific questions, just I'll read out.
Yeah, they should ask why he's wrong about slice of life anime.
Yeah. Oh man. Okay, so how about the types of people in the community? Because we already know about Chibi and Neverworld, aka Rosie O'Donnell,
Listen, man, I'm not the type of guy to go bad mouthing people. Like, if people enjoy the content, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's what someone with many subs would say. I have no such problem. Uproar.
No, but this is the thing. I don't necessarily watch the content of people that I don't enjoy watching, but that doesn't mean that just because I don't like that other people won't like it. And I think it's fair to criticize as well. Like if you want to be like, hey, I think your video should be different, you should put more effort in, you should do that's totally fine. But personally, I don't have like a personal grudge against anyone. If they're succeeding in doing what they're doing and people are actually watching it, well, why not?
Yeah, define success. What does count as success? Many clickbaits, many views, lots of
that's the
income.
thing. Okay. That is a good question. What is success? Is it enlightenment, or is it money, or is it views?
I don't know. Maybe.
Is it all of them?
Yeah.
So there are different types of success.
I mean, or maybe it's how much dick you can suck until you get enough subscribers, man.
All right. Yeah. I mean, subscribers at the end don't make you any money. Remember that. So it's all about those views.
So if we just say it's all about the views, then clickbait is any channel that abuses clickbait is the best one on YouTube, right?
Well, this is the thing. So I personally, maybe other people are not like this, but when I see a channel that uses clickbait that is misleading once or twice, I'm gonna stop watching them. So if people stop watching them because they're being misleading, then I think that's what they deserve for doing that. Well, I mean, but if people keep watching, then they must be doing something right.
Like I mean, the thing is, it's one thing if you're being misleading, but it's another thing if you're just trying to get views, like from the thumbnail.
Correct.
As long as you're not being misleading about it, right?
Yeah, exactly. Like everyone wants people to click on their views except Snob because he doesn't even make thumbnails. But usually people want views, but it's about whether you're doing it in a way that's like straight up lying and making a video confirmed with proof. Meanwhile, there's nothing there. Or if you're just, trying to make your video interesting for people to click on.
Or you call your video episode review when it's just a vlog.
Or yeah, not just that, you add in stuff like, oh my fucking god, OMFG, crazy Goku goes Goku.
Yo!
Goku Blanco defeats Luffy.
Does Double Four make videos, by the way, still?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I'm not watching him anymore.
So, how about you, Mudan? Anything you have to say?
But like, do you actually want those kinds of people watching your videos who go for that kind of clickbait? They don't seem that bright then.
Well, I mean, on the topic of like any people you've noticed in the community, any types of people you've seen kind of rise up.
I don't know. I feel like it's pretty diverse and everybody can find something that they like to watch.
There's definitely different types of content.
Yeah, the thing with growing your channel and all that stuff is that you have to appeal to the lowest common denominator, which is usually making memes and jokes a la Gigak. So Gigak makes like 3 jokes and then says something wise, but that wise thing he says contradicts his earlier claims when he was making the jokes. So you can have it both ways. You cannot be both a joker who panders his own audience and then say, I'm gonna be now the guy who teaches you stuff about anime. You cannot do both because you contradict yourself.
Well, I mean, maybe if I'm sure you'd probably, would you accept that challenge, Snob, to try to find a way to do both?
I'm making memes.
I guess. How about you, Mudan? Would you accept that challenge?
I'm fine with anything.
You're fine with anything? Okay, challenge accepted. Okay. Yeah. So anyways, let's see, just to make sure that it doesn't take too much time, do you think that there's a lack of focus on things like the editing and how would you balance editing and writing?
In what thing? Our videos?
Yeah, in your videos, how would you go about balancing the editing?
You want us to self-criticize our own work?
No, I would want you to give pieces of wisdom.
Doesn't that depend on the content also? Like,
yeah.
If you're gonna make an essay or something, then you're gonna need to put more effort in. But if it's an episode review, then like, do you actually need to edit it?
Well, I mean, if we're talking like chibi episode reviews, and obviously it's not even a review to begin with. So yeah.
I mean, you don't write anything down, so like.
If you're making episode reviews, you're not supposed to edit them, so they can be as long as possible, and so you can abuse the AdSense.
For me personally, like my writing is the main thing that I do because I went to school, for many years and all that stuff. So writing scripts is my main thing. Visual editing is stuff that I had to pick up along the way as a necessity. But personally, my focus is always on the scripts, and then. But someone like Mudan, I feel like he does a lot more editing and he's much more skilled at it than I am.
Well, he did give me advice on using things like After Effects and Premiere. So yeah, he's the editing guru.
But my writing sucks, so.
I wouldn't say that.
I would, yeah, it's not that bad, okay.
Yeah, you have a good sense of humor.
Sometimes, yeah. But yeah, I try to keep it between like half and half.
I always have my videos to be scripted. I don't talk randomly like I'm doing right now. And I don't use my camera very much. It's not even a very good camera to begin with.
Yeah.
Those surreal vlogs I'm making are supposed to be the exception, not really the rule. And I'm always trying to make my videos very short. Like I'm not even trying to abuse the system for extra income. So I'm just going straight to the point with a scripted video, and I'm not making any speculations.
You're just naturally a short-minded person.
Well, even if you made...
Short-minded or assured?
Short-minded.
But it's not. But even if you made long videos, would you even then get any AdSense?
About a few cents more than the normal.
Yeah, nobody fucking makes much money on AdSense these days on YouTube, so.
Oh, it's summer.
Fuck.
It's
What
the
does
worst.
that mean?
It means there are not many advertisements at this particular moment because it's midsummer. People are already in holidays. Anything they could buy, they already bought it, so they don't throw extra money for the advertisements at this time. At this particular moment.
Yeah,
but then you also have like January, where also AdSense is down, and so it's like half a year is pretty much no AdSense, then like randomly.
The biggest are November and December, the holidays when they advertise the most.
Well, not to mention that, but also like there's also the fact that YouTube, the way it works is making it harder to meet that watch hour because people make the algorithms and shit are just getting fucking worse.
They're making it worse, so the ones who have small channels will just give up and leave room only for the sellouts.
The sellouts
who are willing to take sponsors and say anything they want them to say.
How do you define sellout?
Well, sellout technically, I guess from definition, from what I've read, is if you're making something, you're shilling for something that you don't personally agree with, just for money or something like.
No. That's not if you agree with. You're just getting paid to say it. You don't care about it. That's the difference.
Well, it's being a
many people wouldn't say something they don't want to, even if they get paid. But those who don't care, they're just gonna say anything they're being paid.
From what I understand, is that's being a shill, not necessarily a sellout, or that just so you're paid to do something, but to be a sellout, you have to sell out your own moral beliefs or whatever.
What if you don't have moral beliefs and just cynical or uncaring?
No, I'm sure some people don't care about anything, but the thing is, there's no shame.
Cynical.
There's no shame making money off something you care about and enjoy doing. Like, there's no shame in having sponsors as long as it is something that you would actually use yourself. If you're advertising a service that you would definitely never use yourself or you think is shit, then that is selling out.
So when Mother's Basement was shitting on Naruto and then was paid to advertise Naruto?
Yeah, that's exactly what us being a sellout is.
But then again, how much money could you make? I mean, there's a price to everybody.
I was often paid to make playthroughs of visual novels, and I wasn't positive about them because I was really saying what I was thinking about them, even if I was paid.
But what if... Snob, what if Naruto Online or whatever that game's called? I don't know if it's around anymore. What if they offered you $1,000 to make a video?
Well, that's just
but
a video.
Just to make a video,
or to shout it
to make a video saying how amazing it is.
I wouldn't do it. I would
do it for $1,000.
I would be constantly laughing and blinking so people would know the truth.
Yeah, but like that would buy you a lot of lira, bro.
Yeah, that's all fine, but nowadays even infamous fame and you can be as sarcastic and ironic as you want, and it's still gonna work. So it's all depending on delivery. It's all based on how you present yourself. It's not really if you're positive or negative. I know many people who say they're gonna check out something because you say it's very bad, just because they laughed in the way you're saying it.
You can be a rice gum, or you can be a Logan Paul, and people will like you.
Yeah, that's a good example right there. It's like people who we think are like, what the fuck is wrong with them, have crazy loyal fans. So anyone can do it.
Pretty much, yeah. Or you can.
I mean, I keep on shitting on Chibi, and yet he still has like so many people following him, despite everybody. Even the Chibits agree he's awful. They just find him funny, and they keep on watching him, not because they trust anything he has to say. He's just a funny guy who keeps on going and all this nonsense. They just laugh at him and they don't care about what he has to say.
Personally, I don't watch TV, so I can't speak to that.
Don't they like just grow up at one point and stop watching him?
I thought you said.
I cannot stop watching him. I make memes out of them, and that's like half of my videos.
That's all your life is, just making memes out of them.
No, okay. But I mean physically, like.
Yeah, you know, when I began making videos, I wasn't talking about other channels because I assumed that would be enough. But nowadays, it's not enough because people kept saying, well, you're wrong, and other people have other opinions. So I had to keep on referencing other people to show them what the other opinions are that different from mine.
Okay.
So every time I just make a video about myself and what I think about a show, and people say, well, you're wrong, I'm just going to show them what other people are saying about the same show or whatever, and they will see it's not as good as you think.
So, okay, let's move on from that. Okay, so, do you think people rely too much on a camera and not enough on like actually how to use that camera and like filming techniques, or do you feel people just spend too much time sitting in front of a camera like Chibi?
Hello, I'm just using static images with some weird flashing thing going in the background. Yeah, I'm not hardly using my camera.
Yeah, I mean,
it's not really about using camera.
Yeah, you don't need a camera to make videos.
The thing is that, unfortunately, if these restrictions about copyrights keep on pressuring you, you will have to keep on using static images, or maybe your own doodles of official images, because they will keep on saying, oh, this is copyrighted and this is stolen, and you cannot use this clip and all this nonsense. So I'm doing it right, just earlier than I should. For the time being, yeah, just sitting in front of a camera and talking nonsense is the laziest and the one that pays the most without, you know, having to actually put any effort in it. Well, but eventually, if these restrictions keep on going, everyone will keep on becoming more and more like me.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I have to use mostly static images with some clips because clips get picked up automatically. And even though you're always going to win, because what I do is definitely fair use, I don't play like entire episodes or something like that. I'm talking about them and in a specific way, so it's definitely fair use. However, if you have to keep appealing everything and it takes like 2 months for YouTube to get back to you, you still can't do anything.
Yeah,
but how the hell are there up like full episodes of modern shows on YouTube right now?
No, I know, but that's on channels that don't care. So if they get deleted, just make a new channel.
Yeah, they're just gonna make some AdSense and then get deleted. I don't care. You know, I made a few bucks, so they keep on doing it indefinitely.
Oh wait, but no, you can't make AdSense on those because you have to have like 1,000 subscribers nowadays.
Yeah, nowadays.
Yeah, that's changed recently, but before they did it, yeah.
Wait, what changed recently?
That
you need 1,000 subscribers before you can make money out of your videos.
Did they change it from that to something else, or did they?
No, that's what happened in like a couple months ago.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
And I like this change. They keep on saying, well, now we're gonna make any money if we have a small channel. Well, make it bigger. If you don't even have 1,000 subscribers, why do you want to make money out of YouTube?
No, it's true. The most you're missing out on is on like $80 a year or something.
Yeah, that's exactly how I was making. It's like in the first year I was making videos, it's like $70 in 1 year. So damn. What exactly did I miss here?
You're being paid the slave wage.
Probably worse.
You still get tips. You know, the joke about tips is that slaves, when they were liberated, they had to live off tips before they get actual salaries.
Oh, damn.
So now we have Patreon for that. Or PayPal paid requests, as I call them.
Yeah, I think pretty sure many people depend completely on Patreon now.
Patreon is like basically the go-to for if you want, because YouTube doesn't control Patreon, though they probably will try to control it somehow.
Oh, because they're already bringing a thing where now you can sponsor people on YouTube instead of, it's kind of like Twitch does. Like you can become a Twitch subscriber. YouTube is doing that. They've already launched it
haven't they?
In the United States, but not elsewhere. So not in Canada, not in Europe, in the United States. So what they're trying to do is, if you're a fan of someone, you can pay like $5 a month, like a subscription, and then you'll get access to special like emojis and stuff during streams. So essentially what Twitch does. So they're trying to get in on that game.
And they're also trying to like integrate the merch sales.
Yeah. Like
so
stuff.
That would be smart if they did that.
Yeah, well, they'd get a % out of it, so of course they want it.
And all you have to do is cry on camera, and before you know it, you're gonna be making what, $2,500 every month.
In that case, the only guy I've ever seen cry on camera on YouTube that I think is genuinely crying is Markiplier.
I don't know him.
Oh, you don't know?
I know of him, but I don't watch.
But then again, imagine how many actual chibis or people who want to be chibi exist. I'm pretty sure they've also tried crying to the camera, but it's pretty hard these days to become like chibi too.
Yeah. Like,
listen, man. Like I said, I personally don't have a big Patreon following, so I can't speak to that. I think that anyone getting thousands of dollars on Patreon, that's impressive.
I may as well be like Chibi, going like, "I'm really gonna need you here now, Chibits. I think my channel's gonna get deleted. I'm gonna go homeless."
Well, listen, a lot of people
get a job.
A lot of about him doing that, like, but I don't. If he asks his supporters or his fans to give him money, and if they want to give him money, then that's fine.
But it's like the idea.
There's nothing wrong with that.
The idea is though, it's like, why do you got to put on like some kind of show out of like you crying? You just got to say, you got to be honest. Okay, YouTube is how I make my money. I'm really gonna need your help here, but you don't need to be like looking like the whole world's gonna end.
Well,
like,
okay, that might work like 1 time or 2 times, but people will get sick of it, so you just gotta up your game.
You think people will ever get sick of watching chibi videos? I mean, come on, this would have killed his channel years ago. He keeps repeating the same 100 words every day for years, and people keep watching. They don't give a shit about it. It's not about quality. Yo, the first episode. People don't care about him repeating the same shit.
Well,
this is the definition of people lacking taste. They don't give a shit. They just keep on watching for the sake of watching.
How did we end up on chibi topic again?
Because we have fucking Snob here. Snob. If anyone doesn't get sick of chibi and watching him, it's you. It's you.
He's the definition of everything wrong with this community, so it's not just chibi, it's everything wrong with the community. Focused on chibi. By the way.
Okay, let's just
By the way, when you are begging for money on camera while standing in front of a huge collection of manga and figurines, and you say, I don't have money.
And you say you don't like ecchi, but you have a Shiro body pillow from...
and all that shit. How exactly are you supposed to be taken seriously? I don't have money, but I spend like a small fortune to buy all this shit behind me. So give me money instead of what? I can just sell all this garbage behind me and make lots of money, but I'm not gonna do that.
Okay, let's just change the topic then.
Yeah. I'm over here watching freaking Kaiser play the game.
Yeah, Sonic Adventure lag.
I saw Dr. Eggman. He was pretty boss.
So next topic is also, let's see. Do you think it's a good idea as an AniTuber to do nothing but AniTube, or do you want to try to diversify, maybe like play anime-related games and stuff, and like make Let's Plays every now and then, or some kind of...
How long you been using?
Huh?
No, my brother just came in. Go ahead.
Most people can only do one thing. It's very hard to diversify yourself. It's not easy to do different things.
Your brother's name is Gozen, right?
Yes, correct.
So say hi to him for me.
I will. Yeah, he didn't realize I was streaming. That's why he came in.
So.
But
Hey, wait, you're streaming? Live streaming. What? Okay.
Anyways, as I said, it's very hard for most people to do several different things. If you have a audience that watches you, they're watching you for one specific thing. If you try to do something different, chances are 90% of them are not going to be interested.
Yeah.
Yeah, true. It is difficult to kind of expand because, yeah, like you said, most people who subscribe for one thing only. It's very rare for YouTubers, and the kind of YouTubers that can expand is the YouTubers are basically people go there for them, for their personality, not necessarily their content. So it's like I come there to see their face and then make jokes and stuff. So then whatever they talk about, I'll watch. But if you're analyzing anime, then people are not gonna be like watching you for vlogs.
Yeah.
So basically, there's no point in making second and third channels for different content because the only way to expand is so people can already like you.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
because
exactly.
also the only other way you could really expand, I guess, is if you had the subscribers to really keep them around. Like JonTron probably, he used to review nothing but games. Now he's reviewing fucking flex tape and shit.
Once a year, like, okay, he makes one video a year or something.
Yeah, and yet he still has a strong subscriber base.
Well, yeah, he makes quality stuff.
Yeah. But at the same time, he has a subscriber base that will stick around, so he can, do other things, that, you might not expect. Who really would expect JonTron, of all people, to review flex tape and workout videos, basically?
Well, okay, but overall, I think you actually have to be good at what you do, because stuff like Giguk can pull it off because, well, he does make cool stuff, but if you can't do anything else, if you can't talk about games or something, then you're just stuck with it.
Yeah, I think Giga could definitely like start expanding into games and other things if he wanted to. Like obviously related to anime, so it would have to be, a similar fan base. So obviously a lot of anime fans are gamers, so that would work. But if you wanted to expand into, I don't know, like Drama Alert, then probably not.
Oh god, yeah. Who wants to expand into Drama Alert? Like, hey guys, what's up, Anime Alert Nation? I'm your host, Killer Gigstar.
I feel like a lot of people actually want to, because, I mean, have you heard of Pew News?
Oh yeah, Pew News.
And
Yeah, but that's just like meme news, and I like Pew News because it's funny. It's not like malicious.
Yeah.
He doesn't do it to like.
He doesn't
just,
go around looking at like Tumblr posts and then trying to pretend.
Yes, create drama. He's just kind of like looking at stuff and having fun with it.
okay, yeah, well, he is drama himself at points. So.
Yeah, he's done some stupid shit, but overall, I think PewDiePie is very entertaining.
He can be.
Yeah.
He is. I used to actually find some of his Let's Plays to be a little entertaining as like background noise and every now and then, but it gets really boring after a while. After all the times he can see, how many times can you say barrel and then have it still be funny?
Yeah, I never really watched his Let's Plays. I more watch him for the memes.
Yeah.
Okay, do we have anything? Yeah.
Isn't there like a
Yeah,
next
can we
question?
talk about how Mudan and
Oh, for
Snob
fuck's
have
sakes.
bad taste in anime when it comes to slice of life?
Okay.
There we go.
Okay. Fine, whatever.
We do it
What-
now?
Yeah, so let me give you my criticism. Mudan, did you see the article that Pause and Select wrote?
Yeah,
Because you know him, you guys are cool, right? So
I mean, I read it through, yeah.
yeah, and I think he makes some very good points because there's definitely bad slice of life anime and there's good ones. But the point of a genre of something saying, "Oh, it's slice of nothing happens, snob," that's nonsense. All classical literature, literary fiction, is slice of life.
Dude,
It's not
okay.
sci-fi, it's not fantasy, it's slice of life, but it's still great literature because it looks at the relationships between characters and the development and a lot of universal human messages are there. I'm not saying all slice of life is good. There's a lot of crap ones, but slice of life as a genre can definitely be really good. Like I said, literary fiction is slice of life.
And I will have to tell you that
F. Scott
almost all
Fitzgerald.
classic stories by Mark Twain and stuff, they were always had been written by rich, pampered guys talking about the poor and those who had to work and go around, stuff that the rich had no idea of. So they were in a way educational and they had a moral message. Whereas modern slice of life has nothing to say and it's just jokes about some guy in a family doing nonsense.
Or
There's a huge difference between classic literature and nowadays
well,
what we have like
in some
sitcoms.
cases, it's not that they don't have anything to say, but it's stuff that you hear in just about every like section of life. So it's like
Yes,
not
you
really
already
entertaining,
hear them.
you
It's
know?
already part of your life. So why do you have to, instead of going outside, sit inside and see what you already know from your life? It's exactly what I'm saying. Why would I not just go outside and water my tomatoes if I just want to see stuff that I keep on hearing and seeing every day?
But here's the thing. Here's the thing. So yeah, you're right. There's crappy slice of life out there. However, there's a lot of good ones. Look at Usagi Drop. Look at Kids on the Slope. Look at
Kids on the
Clannad
Slope.
After School. Kids on the Slope.
Oh,
Those are mostly
Oh.
inspirational than anything else, by the way.
But they are slice of life. They are. There's no science fiction. There's no fantasy. It's just people that it's a part of their lives that we get to experience.
Yeah, that's all very nice, but why don't you just have your own life instead of just experiencing the fake one that you see on screen? Come on. it's
Well,
nonsense.
I'm not
And
talking about.
especially, you shouldn't have mentioned Usagi Drop because it ends with incest. Because Japan.
I don't remember the anime ending. I didn't read the
No,
manga.
it's not the anime. It's the source. What is it? A novel or a manga? Something.
Okay, we're talking about the
Ends
anime.
with incest. I mean, come on. You shouldn't use this example in specific.
No, I'm talking about the anime. I thought the anime was great. I haven't read the manga, but the thing is, that's what I'm trying to tell you is, yeah, it's just their life. There's no supernatural elements, but it's still interesting. It still teaches you certain universal lessons about the human condition, which are useful.
But how many times?
And it's stuff you cannot possibly learn on your own. If you just go
Like, well,
outside.
But
I guess the
that's like
argument is-
saying don't read books, don't watch TV shows that are not like
Well,
that
from
are
an
only
enter-
about
from
life,
an entertainment
because that's-
value. From an entertainment value, how many times are you going to hear the same messages before it gets boring? Basically.
It starts
like I
like
said,
this.
it all depends on the message and it depends on the actual show. Because yeah, there's a lot of crappy slice of life anime, but there's a lot of crappy fantasy harem anime. There's a lot of crappy sci-fi anime too, like
But,
So I'm just saying,
Uproar.
slice of life is
Uproar,
not.
okay.
You can't single it out
So-
and say that it's
Okay,
bad.
Mudan, go on.
Kids on the Slope. Yeah, that's a awesome slice of life. So tell me, what did you learn from it? I'd regard it as one of the
Complete
best
silence.
slice of lives. Okay, so what special thing did it give you? That you can be friends even if you have the same love interest. You can still play music together.
Well, okay, first of all, you're assuming that you have to learn some kind of important life lesson from
You
every.
just said it, though.
No, so what I'm saying is people can enjoy slice of life without it being like a super learning a super lesson kind of thing. But yeah, I think you do
So it's a
learn.
waste of time.
No, because I think you do learn a lot from something like Kids on a Slope. First of all, I learned a lot about jazz and classical music that I didn't know. I thought their relationship dynamic is interesting. You also learn about Japan in the 60s. So yeah, I thought that it was educational. It was interesting. But you don't have to. It doesn't have to be that to be good, to be entertaining. And again, my point is that applies to any genre. So there's sci-fi
But it
genre
also-
out there that
yeah.
is just
But it
mindless
also-
action. You don't really learn shit from it.
Yeah, but it also depends on like what specific people are trying to get out of it. Are you trying to learn from it, or are you trying to be entertained from it? Some people are
Exactly. But my point is, slice of life is not unique as a genre in that sense. You can find educational sci-fi anime and crappy, ridiculous sci-fi anime.
Or also
All I know is that
also
most
if
people
you-
are watching them because they are tired. They want to watch something very easygoing, and their lives are shit. So they just escape in a very simplistic style found in some show, and then they go back to their jobs next
Yeah,
morning.
but also
Boring.
But in some cases, like quite a lot of slice of life have what do they call them? Cute girls, right? And some people just.
Oh,
like
that's
girls.
even worse.
Yeah, some people.
Yeah,
just
that would be the moe genre, which I think, yeah, with the moe genre, I don't get the appeal of this. Like Digibro is fucking loves that shit, but I don't get the appeal of it.
Yeah, like Digibro said on the fucking what was that podcast he was on, the Dick Masterson show? He's like, the guy asked him, "What is a you're a self-proclaimed lolicon?" And he's like, "That means I am a big fan of illustrations of little girls getting fucked." And the guy was like, "Oh god, oh no."
Yeah, I am not a fan of that, so I can't relate.
Okay. So next
The
topic.
thing with most of these shows is that they're simplified. They don't really show you how life is like. They have a simplified version of it, and it's so idealized most of the times. They give you this fake image of what a normal life is like. So even if you have a normal life, you see the idealized version of it on screen, and you say, "Oh my God, my life is shit. I might as well keep on watching this idealized form on screen and hate my own actual life instead of just going outside and living."
Okay. Next.
But hold on, Kaiser. Because you can say that about a lot of like slice of life, like I said. You can say that about shit like isekai and fantasy anime,
Well, yeah,
which
sure.
basically have a self-insert character who puts himself in this amazing magical world, and in reality, people watch that, especially in Japan, where it's a very like conservative society where a lot of people end up being shut-ins and like antisocial.
Yeah.
They end up watching these anime, these harem anime, and like they live through that instead of going out and living their life. But again, that's not a slice of life issue.
Isekai doesn't mean automatically harem.
Well, a
No.
lot.
I know it doesn't, but in many cases it does. You're right. It's not automatically.
Okay, but on the case of Isekai, which you brought as an example, you can do so many different things with it, different worlds, completely different storylines, while Slice of Life is about fucking life. It's always the same setting.
Yeah.
Depends. No, it isn't.
I mean,
Is-
it kind of ruins the slice of life element if you don't even relate to the fucking setting that they're in.
A lot of them
Yeah.
are in high school, but not all of them are set in high school.
Well, I mean, it's at least needs to be set in a world you're familiar with.
Yeah, but like I said, look at literary fiction. It's all about the real world, but that doesn't mean it's boring and bad. You know, it doesn't mean that Tolstoy is bad, F. Scott Fitzgerald is bad, Hemingway is bad. Fucking, you know.
Of course, it doesn't mean it's bad, but it can mean it's boring.
But then it's a subjective matter of taste. You can't
Yeah.
say, well, Slice of Life is shitty objectively.
I said in my video that I don't hate Slice of Life. I just find it boring and wouldn't want to watch it.
So what do you want? Just like you want something that's fantastical?
I don't want to watch anime. Fuck that shit, man.
I don't want to watch anime, even though I'm half anituber. What the hell do you want from
Well,
me, man?
he's from the European Union. He just likes to watch the Eurovision contest.
Oh man.
All day, every day.
Yeah.
Maybe he wants to watch really thick, muscly dudes kick each other around. Maybe he's into
That sounds very interesting.
Yeah. That's very interesting, man. Oh, I mean, on a basic level, kind of, you know, because, like, fucking violence and all, it's kind of a thing that people just naturally find themselves attracted to. I mean...
Also, I don't watch that many sports anime, personally. Whereas a lot of people love sports anime.
Oh, yeah. Well, even in, like, with anime, they do have to kind of pump it up a lot of times to really get it to be good. Like, they have to, like, kind of make it more unrealistic in the portrayal.
Yeah. Prince of Tennis is the usual joke we say in this case. Which was more Star Wars than playing tennis.
Yeah, but like I said, a lot of people love that shit. Even though personally, to me, I watch sports, but I don't necessarily watch sports anime. Now, Keijo, I love.
Oh, Keijo. Well, I mean,
Keijo, I love because A, it's hilarious, and B, it's obviously not a sport you can actually watch.
well,
But like, I don't get, you know, obsession. Like, I haven't watched Yuri on Ice. I will never watch it because
I mean,
I don't care about figure skating.
personally,
I will
man-
watch it in the Olympics, but I don't want to watch an anime about figure skating.
personally, though, about, like, Keijo, I mean, we know the real reason a lot of people liked it, though, right?
Because it's hilarious, and
Oh,
also I like boobs.
Well, yeah, you like boobs, man. I like
Because
boobs.
it's trash.
Yeah. Anime is
Because
trash,
you don't have a
so
sense of humor if you don't think Keijo is funny.
God. Isn't humor subjective or something?
Yeah, it is. So,
It's trash.
Yeah,
And it's supposed
It
to be
is, but
humor.
I'm making the statement that if Snob doesn't enjoy Keijo, it's because he's too jaded
too
and his
fucking
lost
jaded. He's too
his
jaded
sense
by
of
his
humor.
tomatoes. His tomatoes have jaded him.
Whereas you're not jaded into liking something like Keijo, right?
No, everyone talks shit about Keijo because they're like, it's just blatant fan service, and I'm the one that's like, no, it's fucking hilarious.
fan service.
It knows
Yeah,
what it
did you
is.
see the
It does
outrage?
it well.
Did you see the outrage when they said that the manga has been cancelled as soon as the show is over, and everybody raged? Oh no, the anime sold so poorly they couldn't make a second season, but that was not the case. It would be stopped right there after the anime, regardless of how much it sold.
Yeah, look, I think that it's sad that people don't appreciate the greatness of Keijo.
Oh man, sad you do not appreciate the fantastical boobies, man.
Yeah, I mean, Kaiser, you're my guy. You understand.
I understand whenever boobies are involved, I fucking understand, man. I understand all about them. Fuck. Yeah, I understand boobies. Yeah, they're boobies. Just jerk off, pop one off, and there you go. But so anyways, let's see. How about this next topic, which is will that anime snob ever bother working out?
Okay.
No. Next question.
Okay. You guys remember the case of Rurouni Kenshin's author? How they found a real child porn on his computer or something?
Oh, great.
Do you think it's okay to still like the work that he made with Rurouni Kenshin, or do you think
Yes.
you should hate it?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
If we can hate every author for making something wrong in his life, then every book in the world will be burned by now. Because nobody's perfect. Everyone has done something wrong at least one in his life.
Except for you, right?
Of course, I'm perfect. So, imagine how most of the classics of the 60s and the 40s were made by basically chauvinists and racists. They were all like that back then. It was normal. So,
Yeah.
by today's standards, every feminist, every liberal should be offended by all those people who wrote those books, and they should be banned or burned a la Fahrenheit, because they were written by guys who had different views about the world than they do nowadays.
All right.
Isn't that?
Yeah.
That's not very fair, is it?
How about you, Mudan? Anything to say?
I kind of agree.
Oh, okay. And AnimeUproar?
Yeah, like I think definitely if someone's done something criminal, they should have to pay for it by law.
Yeah.
And like in this case,
Right.
and it's 100% immoral and unacceptable what he did. In terms of authors, whether their work can stand on its own, I think you have to look at work on its own. If in their work they're promoting this type of crime, then that's
if you're
different.
promoting it.
But if you
They're
look
promoting
at,
it indirectly. Usually they're promoting it, but then you can say it's a character in the book, not the actual author who promotes it.
yeah, because if you look at the greatest, liberals, the classical liberal tradition, the greatest thinkers in the classical liberal tradition, like John Locke, he owned stocks in the slave trade. He benefited from the slave trade. John Stuart Mill believed that third world countries should be controlled for their own good because their people are barbaric and they're not as good as the developed Western nations. But these are the fundamental thinkers of the liberal tradition talking about human rights and equality, right?
Yeah.
So if you looked at their actual lives and the things that they advocated, then you would discredit their entire ideas. However, people don't. They take their ideas and and they make them stand on their own.
Okay. Well, I guess that's okay then. Okay, so I guess we'll just talk about whatever then. Now I'm kind of out of topics that I prepared, but so anything that comes to mind. Do you still want to talk about a slice of life in Moe?
No, I think I won. I won.
Oh, okay, you won. Self-proclaimed.
I'm not defending Moe in particular, but slice of life definitely.
You defend nothingness.
So, but you just argued that you wouldn't watch Yuri on Ice, right?
I said that it doesn't personally interest me.
Okay, but why should Slice of Life interest me?
Because we're talking about one show, not a genre.
Yeah, but you have a lot of shows that don't interest you.
Of course, and so do you, but saying that all slice of life is the same, or all slice of life is boring, or all slice of life is set in high schools or whatever, is just not
No.
true.
I said slice of life based in high school.
Okay, well, I'm not hitting you specifically. I think that Snob is the one who calls all slice of life slice of nothing happens. And my argument is that there's a lot of great slice of life out there, even though there's a lot of shit out there.
Do you really want someone to tell you that 1 + 1 makes 2? Because it's that obvious in all these shows. They have nothing to tell you that you already don't know. You just want someone to confirm what you already know, as if you're too dumb or you have nobody around you to tell you the obvious.
That's not
It's like
true,
when you ask
man.
recommendations. You
That's
want
like-
someone to tell you.
That's like saying, well, why would you read novels like The Count of Monte Cristo? You already know everything there is to know about human relationships, don't you?
Wait a
Because
second.
it's entertaining.
What does the Count of Monte Cristo have to do anything with what I know? If someone doesn't know what's going on in the book, then he will be very surprised with what's gonna find in it.
No, the point is that that book teaches you a lot about human relations, about the concept of revenge and justice. You can learn
Yes, and
from
it's
it.
not
and
slice of life, is it?
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
It takes place in the real world. There's no fantastical element.
Oh, okay. Now you're like saying anything that doesn't have magic is slice of life.
I'm saying that. Sure, you could say that is more.
It's an action-adventure mystery thriller about a guy who wants to kill a bunch of other guys. I mean, come on, that's not slice of life.
Everybody in the
It's a revenge story.
Everybody in the
yeah.
chat, place your bets. Yeah, place your bets. It's the competition of the
Oh my
century.
God, Monte Cristo is slice of life. Oh.
It's not slice of life. It is adventure. However, if you read the unabridged version, a lot of it is just people talking. It's like, you know, it's people talking and doing everyday stuff. Everyday stuff. The vast majority of that book is not action. It's everyday stuff. People talking, people scheming, stuff like that. That's not boring just because it's everyday stuff you can do on your own.
Mudan.
I have nothing to add. You think that Monte Cristo is slice of life? I win.
Mudan, anything to say, Mudan?
This gets too messy. I just can't even.
Hey, so if it's like some prehistoric guys hunting dinosaurs, that's slice of life because it doesn't have magic.
Obviously, that there's no human beings. We're not alive during dinosaur time, so that is science
Yeah, that's
fiction.
the joke. It doesn't have magic, therefore it's
I
slice
didn't
of life.
say that.
Half of them die by the end of the movie, being
Speculative
eaten by a
elements.
pterodactyl.
You're using absurdities in order to cover up the fact that you don't have a valid argument.
Yeah, okay. A revenge story, slice of life. Because vengeance is something everyone does in his daily lives. Nowadays, we just troll people on the internet, but nah. A guy stuffing himself with bombs and blowing up in the middle of some
Okay, forget
country.
Monte Cristo, you fuck. Forget Monte Cristo. What about Anna Karenina? What about War and Peace? You can't learn anything from those?
They are based on historical events.
Okay, so a modern day literary fiction book.
Well, I mean, lots of stuff are based on historic events, but sometimes, like, let's take, there's some anime that, you know, they do stuff like anthropomorphize or whatever, personify them as these events as, like, cute girls, so I don't know if you can always argue that being historic events really makes it any better.
What the hell is this
Anywho,
going?
you might as well just read about history lessons instead of just watching these sort of shows that are based on supposed to be actual events. So yeah,
So clearly you don't read literary fiction, correct?
I've seen enough movies to know what it is.
So you don't read. Okay. So that is your problem because you haven't read much literary fiction to understand that just studying everyday human relationships and interactions can actually provide both entertainment and lessons on life.
Yeah,
The
but you
lessons
can't-
of life can be taught anyways by just asking your neighbor.
But how does maybe your neighbor doesn't know that particular lesson? Your neighbor.
They're so basic stuff. Everybody knows them, okay?
Please, guys. But
Yeah.
doesn't like every piece of art teach you something? I mean, you can watch Naruto still learn stuff that you would learn from slice of life. I mean, Naruto is kind of slice of life if you look at that upwards perspective. Ah, fuck.
Yeah, it's based on real ninjas too, so it's literal fiction
Well,
too, I
It was
guess.
based on real ninjas at first until.
Oh
they started
god, it
adding
isn't. That is a battle shonen.
Yeah, it became.
Oh,
Yeah,
is
but-
it?
Became one.
And My Hero Academia is so real because it takes place in our world, I guess.
No, I didn't. That is also a battle shonen.
Wait,
I'm not
but
saying that's literary fiction or slice of life.
Animec, your point is that you can't learn something like human relationships and shit, but you can learn that from everything, anything, even Naruto, even Battle Shonen, which features it somehow even more at times.
That is true. I'm not like obviously we're human beings, so even from like sci-fi that's taking place in space, you can still learn about human interaction and relationships. But my point is that just because slice of life doesn't have fantastical elements and is set in an everyday setting doesn't mean that you automatically know everything there is to know about this and you won't learn anything. You're just being closed-minded, snob, which is rich for someone who critiques others. But how can a critic be closed-minded?
Oh my god.
I have seen so many movies and so many series and enough videos by Chibi to know what is slice of life, and
Yeah.
it has nothing to offer me anymore.
Yeah, this
The
is
reason I'm
great.
going for science fiction and fantasy and all that stuff is because when something is different and they explore it, it makes you think about how things would be if they were slightly different than what they are in our world. But if you're just saying, oh, here it is, how exactly you see it outside your door, well, excuse me, it has nothing to tell me.
Well, it's true. You're right. If an anime is so boring that it's just like what you will see outside your door, then yeah, that's not good. But that's a good story will not be just that. It might be set in the real world, but it will be good and interesting.
Wait, what?
It's not gonna be interesting, that's my point.
Okay, but Upper, just this is kind of on topic and kind of so our time on Earth is limited, and the thing is, why would you read something that you like kind of think that isn't good or you don't like the premise of it if you already have like tons of other shows or books that you're interested in? Why would you?
No, I'm
Like-
not saying you have to. It's totally up to you. But you can't make a blanket statement that there is no good slice of life because everything that slice of life can teach you, I already know.
Which is true!
No.
Anybody losing any brain cells yet?
Yeah, the ones watching Slice of Life!
Fuck.
I think that, for example, Daily Lives of High School Boys is a hilarious comedy anime that has daily lives in the title, and yet it's still awesome.
Well, I mean, in the case they
And
do-
it's a comedy!
well, it's
Yeah,
a comedy,
but
and
it's
basically
a slice
part
of life comedy.
Part
It's
of it is
just
also like with the way the facial expressions, they kind of go out of their way to make it really awkward and have those really outrageous faces. And there's a lot more than just the slice of life aspect to it.
well, that's with everything. Everything has more than one aspect. Like what is like sci-fi has comedy elements.
It's the
Every genre has
presentation.
comedy elements.
It's the
What
way
does
Or
Black
romance
Clover
or-
have?
What would you say, Mudan?
What does Black Clover have
Action.
That's what it has.
other than action?
It has screaming.
It has an
autistic
abomination
screeching.
created by stealing ideas from earlier shonen. That's what it has. It's
Oh, man.
how not to steal ideas from earlier shonen. That's all it is. A nice study on how not to make a shonen.
Okay.
So yeah, even that has some value. It's examples to avoid when you're trying to make your own show.
Mm.
Didn't somebody say that it gets better at like episode 60
They
or
always
something?
say that the more they watch a show. I mean, come on.
I think people have said like, oh, Boruto gets better after episode 60.
Yeah, yeah.
Anybody who likes the show.
Gintama gets
yeah.
better after 500 episodes.
I mean, if you invest like
One
100
Piece
hours
is
in
very
something-
good now in the 800s.
Yeah, if you do.
All you have
invest
to do
that-
is
yeah.
watch 800 episodes.
If you invest that much time to begin with, though, more than likely, it's not so much that it gets better. It's you always liked it. So you telling somebody.
Oh,
it gets
no
better,"
shit, you noticed.
Yeah, if you say something like, "Oh, it gets better," you know, that implies that you didn't like it at first, but then you know it's like, like what? I mean, do you not like it or something? Did you not like it? And then
If you don't like it, why are you watching it?
yeah, how like. You know, you have to like it enough at first to even get through it that much to watch 500 episodes of some shit.
Yeah, I really like the guys who say, can I skip the first 300 episodes and get to the good parts? You're not gonna get the good parts if you skip the first 300 episodes. See, it's dedication. If people think that One Piece was getting good only in the Marineford battle, then before that it was what, boring slice of life or some shit? Well, I like that part. I really like that part before it got to the Marineford. Then after that, it just became
One
the
Piece?
mess it is now with power levels and power-ups and mystery baits and all that
Are
shit.
we
It was
talking
fine
about-
at
Are we talking
first.
about One Piece right now? Cause
Oh, well, yeah,
Yeah,
it's an
yeah.
example.
Because I,
It's an
I
example.
stopped watching One Piece after Skypiea back when they still had that shit on 4Kids.
You watched the 4Kids version? No,
That's
you
all I had to
had
watch.
too much patience. You had so much patience if you watched the Fortune.
Oh god, yeah, the fucking One Piece rap. Yeah, fucking.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Everyone knows that Dragon Ball Super is the best anime.
Yeah, and that's like a show people are not totally not watching because they were nostalgic of when they were actually watching the good stuff back in the 90s. Now it's just,
it
blue
did-
hair and
it did,
power-ups and
like,
yelling
It
and...
did have some decent fight scenes, but other than that, what are you really watching for other than to see your favorite characters back?
Yeah, I liked watching like Gohan and Future Trunks and shit like that. That's why I watched it, for that type of stuff and the fights. Yeah.
So at that point, it's like slice of life because you don't really care about the plot. There is no tension in the battles. You know everyone's gonna be alive by the end of it.
Really,
It's
I mean,
slice of life!
there is
It's
some
slice of
tension.
life!
There's more tension in, say, Dragon Ball, though, even Super than Slice of Life. Okay, well, I'm not gonna.
Yeah, but definitely in the Dragon Ball series, you know everyone's gonna survive. That's just because even if they die, they just get brought back.
Well, except for Zamasu. Yeah, he's.
Yeah, but like he's not like a main character. He was a villain.
Yeah, but at the same time, even villains came back. Fuck it, like
True.
Zamasu, however, was wiped out by Zeno, so you know he ain't coming back unless they used the Dragon Balls and it somehow brought him back. But I doubt it.
Which is eventually gonna happen, definitely.
Maybe.
But I have a question. about
They
Dragon Ball.
made Broly canon! Why are we still talking about stuff that cannot happen in Dragon Ball?
True. Anything can happen.
They made Broly canon. Dude, the fucking picture of Paragus looks like a Saiyan version of like a maid, right? A maid like Consuela from Family Guy. Like Broly's just like Kakarot, and then Paragus just does not want to hear it, so he's like, no, you'll be friends. You'll be friends. No, you quiet.
I want Yamcha to get retconned into an overpowered character.
Oh yeah, well that's never gonna happen.
Well,
Okay, some things are definitely not gonna happen.
The only time that ever happened is in Dragon Ball Xenoverse, and he wasn't even himself. He was possessed by an evil power. So yeah, he can never become overpowered by himself. He has to be possessed by an evil hot.
If you're not Saiyan, you don't matter. That's
Yeah.
what we all at this point.
The only way you'll ever matter
Oh.
is if you're an evil villain, or if you're like Yamcha, who was possessed by a fucking hot bitch called Toa.
Yeah, the main villain
Of
in the
Xenoverse.
upcoming movie, it's gonna be Broly, and the main villain right now, in case you watch that milking nonsense, Dragon Ball Heroes,
Oh god.
he's another Saiyan who is actually Broly's son.
Is that really the actual story, or just making a speculation?
No, it's the actual story.
On the bright side, guys, imagine all of the Kefla Broly hentai.
Oh god, no. Kale and Broly, fuck. Oh no.
Yeah, all those doujins are written by actual people in their daily lives, so I guess it counts as slice of life, and you have to read it. So you'll learn a lot of important messages about how to make doujins.
So
Yes.
how about you, Mudan? Anything to say about Broly being canon?
I haven't watched Dragon Ball.
Oh damn.
This is just. I've been listening to such weep talk for the past 5 minutes. It's awful.
Fucking weeb talk, and we're just autistically screeching in your ears. It's just like we're talking shit, and all you hear is like fucking autistic screeching.
I guess at this point we have nothing more to say, so we might as well end it.
Let me see.
Yeah, we can wrap it up. Wrap it up like Broly before he bangs Kefla. Am I right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Before he gets Super Saiyan green, purple, green aura, some
Super Saiyan
nonsense in the
Rainbow.
next part.
Goku has to
Yeah.
get
Super Saiyan
Rainbow.
climax.
Goku has to get Super Saiyan Rainbow Instinct to beat Broly.
Yeah, at this point it's just funny.
Yeah, okay, but before we end it off, okay, chat, anything you have to ask them? Any questions?
No?
Well, no, not you guys. I'm asking the chat, the live chat.
I think most people in the chat are just like, Kaiser let us into the debate. We're way smarter. That's pretty much been the whole chat.
God damn.
Kaiser, bring us in. We will win this debate of slice of life. It won't even be a challenge. Yeah, okay, whatever.
Kaiser, end this right now. I could see it like in the invisible letters.
And the misery. But no, it was a fun time, guys.
Oh,
It
it's
was
the
a fun
unknown
time.
otaku. Well, they're kind of on a time slot. If it was any longer, like if this is like your live streams, I'm sure it could last longer. Otaku, okay? You know, you have like those 7-hour live streams, but it's
Yeah,
Because
out to
my
Yamato.
live stream would have like 50 50 topics to talk about, and as soon as the 50th is over, and that's the end of it. Bye bye. Wouldn't just
Yeah.
waste time at the end.
So, anyways, okay. Let's see. I guess there's nobody has any questions. Okay. So, do your outros or whatever. Anything you'd like to say? Any shout-outs you want to make to your channels or whatever?
Shoutouts to my Patreon. I need money, so I'm not gonna go inactive. Yak, and all that stuff.
Yeah, guys, I'm not even gonna say anything about myself. Just please give that anime snob money so he stops asking everyone. He'll never
Same.
stop,
Yay.
but just do it.
Yeah, but
You too, Mudan. Say it. Come on.
Yeah, fuck.
Join the
Yeah,
hive mind.
donate to cinema. Wait, fuck. What was in it?
that
AnimeSnob. Yeah.
Cinema sins.
Cinema Snob.
That's Cinema Sin Snob.
Good job.
So how about you, Mudan? You want to do your little outro?
I don't have them, but yeah, go check out AnimeUproar's Patreon and AnimeSnob's Patreon. I'm fine with that.
And also Elizabeth is best waifu, yes.
No, I'm not under any obligation to say that anymore.
The contract expired.
Yeah. Okay. Well, anyways, I'm Kaiser Trigger. Whatever the fuck, you can just subscribe to me on YouTube if you want, or you could subscribe to them. I'm gonna upload this to YouTube, edit it up, and I guess I'll see you guys later. Bye, bye, guys.
Bye.
Peace.